brother loved places like this.
There's so much to fix around here. Fucking heaven in a junkyard.
Come with me.
You have enough companions already. Let me know when you have space for me.
You should go to the camp in Idan.
Yeah, sure.
Follow me.
All right. All that technology, and yet they build such ugly buildings. I got a bad feeling about this place. Be careful! You won't get away with that. Come here!
No trace of the Alps here. Where are they?
We should go. It's dangerous here.
Look out! Let's do this!
So, where are those Alps? not good enough for that.
We'd better hurry up and get out of here. And fast.
In the light of the panic that has broken out in the last few hours, the corporation will provide you with emergency transport to bring you and your family to safety. I don't like saying it, but there is a high chance that law and order will break down completely as soon as the real truth is learned. There won't be many survivors, but the corporation will make sure that you are amongst them.
Stop. Not another step if you value your life.
I value it.
Commander Jax, they said you were dead. Executed.
They tried. They failed.
And so you live. So you're still Commander Jax, Alb servant of the hybrid? Or has a near-death experience brought you to your senses?
You'd have shot me already if you thought I was an Alb.
It looks like you're no longer taking Elex. But does that mean you've joined the fight against Zakor?
They tried to kill me. I'm owed some revenge.
So, you've swapped sides too. But just because you're free doesn't mean you're not a threat. 5 minutes with the free people teaches you that emotions don't make people less dangerous. Strange, isn't it? On this side, free from Elex and from control. And where you've gone, some of us are trying to follow. We want to be free from Elex, eventually. We want to stop the Ice Palace from making a mistake.
How did you escape from the other Albs?
We didn't set out to become separatists. We were part of a commando unit. Our mission hit problems and we were cut off from Zakor. After a while, we began to run out of supplies, including Elex. It wasn't long before we started to dream, to feel. Elexir Parsec noticed it first. He sent out patrols to locate possible sources of Elex, but it was too late. Eventually, our unit got round the enemy and returned to Zakor. But we had changed. We realized we wanted to think. We no longer wanted to be controlled by the Alb directive.
What happened?
We escaped and made it out here. We knew Parsec and the other Elexirs would see it as treason, but we had already seen too much without Elex to blind us. The Albs are bringing about their own downfall. They're slaves with Elex there to control them. Escaping and joining the Separatists was the only logical course of action. In order to save the Albs, the Elexirs must resign, and the old directive must be followed. I still believe the Albs can become more than we are. But we can't do it alone, and we can't save this planet by subjugating and killing everyone else.
What do you think of the Free People?
There must be another way to get Elex than to extract it from living people. Well, we think that the Albs will win someday. But what then? What happens when there is no more Elex? What happens when we have used all the resources? We fear that could mean the downfall of us all.
You really want to give up Elex?
Yes, we don't want to poison ourselves anymore. We still take it, but we control it. It doesn't control us.
You really think you're in control?
Would I speak out against the Elexitors if it wasn't true? We're helping each other. We're keeping our strength and our free will.
Keep taking Elex, and the free people will see you as Alps.
The outlaws have their chems, their berserkers, their mana. How can this be seen as different? They can accept it. They must. It is in their best interests. But how are we to persuade them if we can't get you on our side? Are we able to trust you?
I don't owe the Elexitors anything.
You doubt their motives. Death will do that to a man. To a man. If that's what we both are now.
Can't you give up Elex if it would help you join another faction?
It is for each Alp to decide. And for now, we have decided to take it. We have to stand by their decision. We are free people now, and won't replace one ruler with another.
When did you last see Elexiter Calyx?
A long time ago. You both were on the battlefield fighting the free people.
What have you been doing here in Edam?
Hiding from the elves, hiding from the free people, and wondering what will become of us. And we do it with fear. For the first time, we do it with fear.
Fear of what?
Death, mortality, of the guilt that comes from remembering the things we've done. Some of us weren't born elves. They are having it easier than those who were. But with that fear comes something else. Hope. Hope that our freedom means something. But unless we can find people, free people, who will work with us, then we don't stand a chance.
I could speak to the Berserkers.
Is there a Berserker you can trust? Someone who would work with us? If there is, please, talk to them for us. You know what we can do. Persuade them that they need us on their side, that we can help. We seek an alliance, not a fight.
What would you want in return?
To be treated like the other free people. The clerics have fought wars with the Berserkers, but they still speak to them. Some of them must understand that we deserve a chance. For that, we will work with them to stop the rule of Zakor.
If you say so. The Berserker Hakon sent me to speak to you.
Hakon? What does he have to say?
Hakon says you killed his men.
There's a truth in that. We killed Berserkers in the battle before we changed. It was a massacre, in truth. One ordered by Zakor. But we are not who we once were. We are no longer Albs who blindly follow the word of the Elexitors. We have to convince him of that. We will find a way to pay reparation for what we did. And we can start by offering a hand in alliance. If Hakon will offer us a haven here, the protection of a truce, we will fight against our common enemy. But he must do it soon. Zakor is preparing to move against us. Soon, the Elexitors may kill us for him.
You're being hunted by Alps?
Parsec has sent a special forces unit to find us. They outnumber us, and they're better armed. Our old comrades are out to kill us.
I'll find the Alps who are hunting you.
There's a whole squad, at least 5 of them. Can you handle that?
Do you know where this special forces unit is?
Their last position was northwest of here. Since they don't know our strength, they'll follow protocol and wait there for reinforcements. And as we know, true elves follow protocol. They will still be at that position.
together! Get away with that. You won't get away with that.
I took care of the Alps that were hunting you.
You took them on? On your own? Then we are fortunate the Albs made the mistake of trying to kill you. Who would have thought that we would fight shoulder to shoulder as defectors?
You must consider that again.
Whatever you say, the World Hearts are changing the face of Magalan.
There were too many of them ready for us. You should learn more about it before you express an opinion.
You are being inefficient.
The Albs killed both his parents and his sister.
If you have to rely on someone, then you are lost. If we don't work together, we won't stand a chance.
That is illogical.
You should learn more about it before you express an opinion. Well, the forces out there are always going to make that difficult.
An end will be brought to all of them.
There's more to all of this, I'm sure. Problem comes down to supplies.
There were millions of people on this planet using technology that is
We need
lost
to
to
show
us
greater
now.
resolve if we're to defeat them.
Well, there is always talk of that.
You seem worried. There were too many of them ready for us. You should have a drink. I'm sure that would help you. If we don't work together, we won't stand a chance.
The Ice Palace. That's where the decision will be made.
The Albs killed both his parents and his sister.
There were too many of them ready for us.
Don't steal anything here.
Why do you hate the Alps so much?
They take so much Elex, they've lost all their emotion. They're like machines. Killing machines. How messed up must you be to decide to do that? And how do they get the Elex they're so pumped up on? They tear it from the ground. They take plants, animals, and people and feed them into their converters. Every alb, every mutant stands against nature.
So you don't trust anyone?
Our founding fathers knew well that you have to be really careful who you trust. They taught us we cannot give in to the temptation that awaits us outside our walls. And they did well. In the end, they were the first to see the deviant nature of technology. No one who has seen a mutant with their own eyes can deny that.
It almost sounds like you envy the Alps' power.
A fully trained Alb commander, even an Elexitor. They may be powerful, but true power is only found in the will to win and the fighting spirit. Have you got them? A fighting spirit, a will to win.
What if I did, and I took Elex as well?
Then you would be just another henchman. A soulless puppet for their cause. Is that what you want? To destroy Magellan as you destroy your soul? A strong sword. Our very effective combat magic. And a strong will. Those will save the world. They will stop the Alps.
I found the Alps.
So, they are scouting those locations. They must be planning another attack. Did you kill the scouts? Or are you here to ask for help?
I spoke with them.
To the Alps? And you're still alive? No, you're full of shit. Alps don't speak to anyone.
Those Alps didn't kill your men. They've left Zakor. They're freed from the Alp Directive.
And you believed that shit?
The Separatists don't want to fight you. You should talk to them. They're good fighters looking for allies to bring down the Elexitors.
Allies? This stinks of a trap.
It's no trap. They want your help. They're fighting the Alps to put an end to the bloodshed, to get rid of the Elexitors.
You're serious? Albs that want to fight Albs? Well, if they want to give up the fight, then it is my job to give them a welcome. Tell me where you found them.
They're to the west, where you said they would be.
I'll send a few men to these separatists to see what their intentions really are. If they're lying, they will pay with their lives. But if they're telling the truth, then maybe we berserkers have found the allies we need to defeat the Alps. Here, take this as payment for your help.
Teach me something.
Yes.
About my support. Here, this should pay for my redemption.
Very well. It's a poor thing that Elex can stand in for loyalty. But difficult times change the rules. But my word is not enough to give you progress on its own. All three warlords must agree.
The other warlords have given their approval.
Then I grant you permission to trade in Goliad. Just make sure you abide by the law, and don't trade forbidden items. You have won approval faster than I thought you would.
Judicator Ulbricht is looking for an experienced field commander to lead his troops against the Albs in Ignadon.
We don't have enough good people ourselves, without supplying them to fight for the clerics. Ulbricht will have to risk his own people.
You should learn more about it before you express an opinion.
Some things just take time.
Yes, definitely.
The Albs killed both his parents and his sister.
Some things are better off buried.
If that is everything, I should get on.
Think, then act. That is my advice.
The Ice Palace. That's where the decision will be made.
Better keep your technology out of sight or there'll be trouble. Well, there must be someone who knows what's really going on.
If you have to rely on someone, you're lost.
The problem comes down to supplies.
No, that isn't what I heard about it.
You should listen to your instincts.
Whatever you say, the World Hearts are changing the face of Magalan.
You seem worried.
The Albs killed both his parents and his sister.
You are making no sense.
Well, if you believe what they say, then the past was very different from today.
You should have a drink. I'm sure that would help you.
Judicator Ulbrit is looking for an experienced field commander to lead his troops against the Alps in Ignadon.
No. My place is here. This role is not for me. You must find another for this task.
The converter in southern Abessa has been shut down.
That is a blow struck against the hybrid. Whatever he needs the Elex for, you just cut off one of his major supplies. I would expect Zakor is already planning a response. We will prepare for the Ice Palace's attack.
What about the other converters?
They are your business. You know how to deactivate them, and that each one shut down will weaken Zakor. We will prepare to hold their forces when they retaliate. I would say that ending the flow of Elex into Zakor would be strategically beneficial, but you must decide that for yourself. Do you have anything else to report?
I met some of your people in Edan.
Yes, Nezol and his men. I also know what happened. If you think I see Nezol's death and your meeting with him as a coincidence, then you are mistaken. I can't prove it, but I won't forget what has happened. You have used up the only chance you get with me. Make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
I've joined a faction.
Then I hope this brings you strength.
The cleric's technology is comparable to ours, and they are fully committed to stopping Zakor's victory.
That connects them to us. But they fear the Alps since we split from them, and that means they have no trust for separatists. Do you have anything else to report?
The equipment I have should be good enough to take on the Alps in Edan.
I knew you would find the tools you needed to survive. Do you have anything else to report?
The equipment I have found will have to do the job.
Yes, you have done well. Your preparation should have made you ready to take the next step. But what you have achieved so far will not make you strong enough to challenge Calax.
Assign someone to complete his mission.
He will be hard to replace. There aren't many Albs with his skills.
You were right to kill him. The directive only allows one outcome for failure.
Are you saying I was wrong to assign him?
Failure cannot be tolerated. Get this right before their failure becomes yours.
Spoken like a true Alexitor, Jax.
I am no Alexitor. The hybrid has yet to call me for that honor.
It can only be a matter of time before he summons you to him. You bring our father honor. I am honored to be your brother.
Honor the hybrid. Serve the hybrid.
I will not dishonor you. I will ensure this Alb's failure does not reflect on us.
Though you aren't strong enough to face Calax, you are ready for the next steps you need to take. In terms of our alliance, I will ensure that our soldiers do not cause you any problems unless you show signs of reverting to your old allegiance to Zakor. More than that, I cannot offer you right now. We can trade or offer advice for now, but our forces must remain ready to fight Zakor.
That is as I expected.
You have done well, but you should be cautious in your plans. You are not strong enough to challenge an Alexitor like Calax, but I can tell you how to get closer to achieving your goal. One of my agents has reported that the rebel Alexitor Zardom is hiding in northeastern Abessa. He has established a hidden base there while the Ice Palace is searching for him. As he too is now sought by the hybrid, perhaps he will help you. You should find him and tell him your purpose. I am sure he can advise you how to take on the Alexitors without fighting your way through an army to do it. Although you will have to decide whether he can be trusted.
An Alexander would never betray his own.
His loyalty is only to himself. You will see that in time.
Why have you left a former Alexander alive? If he hasn't joined you, couldn't he be a threat?
I don't know what he is. He was a loyal Alexander, and yet he has run from Zakor. That is why I sent you. Partly for your own business, but also to learn his intentions.
So I'm the bait?
Zardom is an outcast like you, but we don't know whether he still possesses his Elex abilities. He has shown no interest in joining us. Perhaps he will talk to you. Maybe you can discover what powers he still has, and how he intends to use them.
And if he kills me, that won't be a great loss for you.
You will benefit from talking to him, and we will know what we have to do, if he should ever stand against us. It's mutually convenient.
Why should Zardom help me?
We suspect Zardom plans to end his exile and return to Zakor to lead the Alps. In his own way, he always was loyal to our people, but he doubts the hybrid. Zardom harks back to the days before the hybrid took over. He believes the Alps will evolve, that they are superior. He fears the hybrid has subverted those causes for his own ends. Put yourself into Zardom's service. Tell him that you want to fight the hybrid together. Your reputation will mean that he has to take notice of you.
What is in the hybrid's mind? Surely the infallible must know of my survival. And yet here I am, living, breathing, in contradiction of the directive. The hybrid's will commands. All Elex must be given to the hybrid. All loyalty, all duty must be to the hybrid. For the hybrid sees all. So, why has he permitted me to live? Am I still part of his plan? Or did he send me to die at the hands of my brother? Before the crash, I saw everything clearly. The hybrid's will answered everything. Now, I have only one route to answers. I must find Calyx.